Okay, here we go. Journal number 3. So lots of learning this past week, lots of new insight and new direction changes. Mostly a lot of my insight is coming from I, as an entrepreneur, need to grow a lot basically I have a lot of skills to learn. I have a lot of things that I don't know yet about starting a business, about creating content, about creating a product that people will use, about getting people to actually notice and use that product. So there's a lot of insights that I have started to just try to soak in this week. So let's go through a few of them. For business events, here's a few things that happened. I finished a book called The E-Myth Revisited. I have got it right here, actually. This book, I've made a lot of notes that I'm still going to go through and use. But this book was awesome because it was very practical. The middle section especially, I think it's part 2 of this book, really helped put words and to-do items to my thoughts and a lot of uncertainty that I had about, well, how do I even start a business venture? How do I even, what are the first steps that I should do? Or how do I actually put that into action and things? So this book helped me a ton. This was really came from the recommendation of Ali Abdaal, YouTuber, that super stood by this book. And so I have seen a lot of his videos and I really liked his recommendations, so went for it. Very, very good. Due to that book, I did an org chart or organization chart for the business, and I actually don't have it right here. I thought I did, but that's basically where you list out how the business is organized with the president at the top. You could do it however you want, but I kind of just followed a general traditional structure. President at the top, chief marketing officer, chief financial officer, chief technology officer, stuff like that, and then roles under that. And what this allows you to do is start filling in the responsibilities of each role. Right now in the beginning, I'm acting as all of those roles, right? Every operation that the business needs to do, I have to do. So currently, I'm acting as a ton of roles in the business, in the company. But as I fill out the responsibilities and kind of position contract for each one of those positions, I can now look outside of just myself and other people to hire other people, because now I can point to a description. Hey, this is what you do for this position. This is what this business needs you to do. So, that's probably really basic for people that own businesses, but for me, I didn't really know how to do that. So that was a good step forward. I got a second path developer on board, still working out kind of different ways to, okay, how do I get the right information in front of them? How do I coordinate with communities and things like that? But path developer number 2, now on board, so that's really going to help speed up making more content for the app. We're in the middle of editing an intro to One Step video that I'm working with a video developer on, and that should probably release in the next week. We'll see, but it's getting really close to being done with editing, and I think that will help. I can finally point people to that for hey, this is what that platform is, this is what the app actually is, and is made for and is meant for. So that will kind of clear up a lot of questions and hopefully help me explain the app so I don't have to do it a million times. I can just point people to the video. So, okay, checking my notes here. Oh, I also scripted a webinar. I realized that part of my unfair advantage as a entrepreneur or someone who's starting a business is that I've had a lot of experiences with clubs. I've started and taken responsibility of or ran 5 or 6 clubs on my university campus. So, and I've taken each one of those from very, very little to no members to large membership, over 100 members, lots of events, coordinating with companies, coordinating with different companies to make cool events happen. We did a recruiting dinner once for one club. We do company tours for a different club. So I've taken a lot of clubs from zero to really healthy, thriving club. So I realized that that's part of my unfair advantage, and I need to use that. And so to start advertising, I scripted a webinar where I'm going to explain the principles behind, or the secrets that I've learned. How do you grow your club from zero to a healthy club that's having events and return members and passionate people? So I did some scripting for that. I also shifted the shorts that I'm doing every day to these kind of growth moments or growth insights. We'll see how that does. I did, I think, 7 of them, so that's the next week. We'll see how that does. I liked those a lot more. Those are a lot easier to kind of script for and talk about. I'm a lot more passionate about growth. I'm really super passionate about growth, but it's a lot easier to talk about different things that I'm learning from different books or just from my own experience leading clubs or in the PhD program. So it's a lot easier to talk about growth in those contexts than it is to try to share, hey, this is what happened for the business today. So we'll see if that's a little bit better to engage people, but who knows? I just like sharing those insights. So, okay, the assumptions that I validated last week are that clubs want an app like this. Clubs want to be able to record their resources, to be able to learn and progress along. That's something that's valuable to clubs. Right now we have 3 clubs in talks with how we develop paths for them and how we can engage their members. So that's an assumption that is at least validated up to 3 clubs. Obviously, I want to engage a lot more than that, but you got to start somewhere, right? You got to start with something small so we can get some good feedback and quick feedback. I'm still currently making the assumption that club members would pay to have access to these curated paths. So that's an assumption that I'm still making. A lot of it is based off of if I kind of see myself in the past, maybe 4 years ago when I was just starting university and trying to look for clubs that I'm interested in, I would have loved to pay. I mean, I paid club dues regardless, and I didn't get anything for club dues, right? I just paid club dues just to be part of the club because they said I had to pay club dues. So I would happily pay probably $10, under $10 for a list of YouTube videos that will get me up to speed or at least teach me something about this club. So that's the assumption that I'm operating under going forward. Future plans for this week. I plan on getting a landing page up and start advertising to club leaders. So I'm not quite sure what that looks like yet, but hopefully we snag a couple more relationships with clubs this week. And I'm also planning on getting some paths published so that we have some finished product that we can show off, then start gathering testimonials from. I think that's the path the route I'm going to try to take. So some learning takeaways from this week was I need to make the offer really, really valuable. So valuable that club leaders think to themselves like, well, this is just too good. I'd be an idiot not to go with this. So what that means in this case is I'm going to offer that we as the company One Step, set up their paths for communities so it's completely free to them. yeah, so that's the offer, is that, hey, if you want to increase engagement, we'll do that for you through these paths. So that's what I'm gonna try to go for. But the learning takeaway associated with that is to make people more interested in your product, you have to give away more things for free, right? And so you don't have to do that, but if you want to be relevant, if you want people to give you attention, you have to give them value for their attention. And so that's some of the lessons that I'm learning. The purpose with that is to just take away as all the risk possible from a club leader to adopting this product, right? They'll be able to just, oh yeah, that's a no-brainer. Why not? It's free, you'll do it for me, so we might as well try it. If you don't like it, you can certainly leave. That's what you're doing right now, right? You're not using the app, so if you don't like it, you don't have to use it. I, this week, have been learning a ton from Alex Hormozy's content, and I'm definitely not the only one, but he gives away a lot of value for free about starting a business and generating sales, basically. So I don't really have sales experience yet, but that's something that I'm looking to gain, and gain insight by reading the shortcomings of others and skipping that progress, right? Fast tracking that progress. So acquisition.com, that's Hormozy's website. Acquisition.com has been awesome to learn some business basics of how do you advertise, how do you get people to get to know your product and things like that. So, but as I was going through my notes this week, I realized I need to just start a newsletter with these growth insights and things that I'm taking away, because email is a lot better format to explain some of these growth insights. It's a lot better to read them than it is for me to try to just explain them in a video. So that was this week. Super exciting stuff. I also ran into an old friend of mine at the supermarket, and he's a developer. So we also talked a little bit about that. So there's more possibility of him helping out on the development side. So a big challenge with bringing on more people is there's pretty much no money in the company right now, so I can't pay people for their time at the rates that I'd like to, at competitive rates, but we'll get there. So it was a great week, and looking forward to a really exciting week this week to get the word out more and get more communities aware of the product. So, okay, I will see you next week.